real life on the ground interaction. Now you can get 3 or 4 people, you can get 5 or 6 people, but getting
Yeah.
to a level of sustainability and multiplication,
Mm.
that's rare. If you're in Baltimore City and you're here for a couple few years, you're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. It's just
Because
sticking
it's
through
just
it.
it's just right. It's just hard to get that traction. But I don't think it's a high success rate just because if you can't make it those first 2 or 3 years, you could pretty much chalk it up. And from what I've
Yeah.
seen,
Yeah.
um,
It sounds like it's, I
and
mean, every place. It's even weird. I mean, Phoenix, I mean, inner city, there's a lot of, I mean, it's not Baltimore, but, you know,
right,
there's some struggles in the inner city of Phoenix. But even suburbs, any whatever, like a lot of them just don't make it because it's just, like
right,
you said, it's lonely. It's, you know, like
right,
we have a lot of people moving. That's like my advantage was like, I am home. I got
right,
nowhere
right,
to
right,
run to. Like I have my mom down the road. Like that, like I know that
right,
I'm thankful for that, and I've been able to kind of hunker down.
right,
My dad's fought the good fight here, you know, 15
right,
years so far. But I remember like in '09 when the recession hit, I had to sell my truck for us to eat food that summer. We had to make a lot of sacrifices. We had to start
yeah, yeah,
selling everything. We couldn't even sell it because nobody wanted to buy it, you know. So I had to sell my
right,
truck for way cheap. But it was like there is literally no other thing. But it was crazy how my dad's like, but God called us here, so we're
right,
staying. You know, that was
yeah,
year 5 for him. Year 4 and 5 were just, you know, hell on earth is what it felt like. And that's why
right,
I
right,
told God, I'll do anything for you, just not church planting. You know,
right,
because that stability is so great. And so, like, my college years
right,
was like, God, let me be a missionary. And he kind of closed some of those doors. And then I said, okay, let me be a
right,
revitalizer. I had experience there, realized my skill sets aren't
right.
really matching of there. And I'm like, okay, God. Like, I even had an opportunity to be Rick Warren's assistant, like, travel with him around the world.
Wow.
And so it was like, okay, accept that job or go back home and plant a church. And so I was putting that back and forth. And finally I talked to my wife and she's like, put money aside, fame, all that stupid stuff aside. You know, like, where do you think God's calling you? I'm like,
Right,
easy. I got to go back home and start a church. But there's some
right,
times where I'm like, you know, I could have met the
yeah,
president. I could have met, which I don't know, you know, I could
right,
have
right,
done all
right,
sorts of stuff. But it's
right,
like, I'm really thankful though that I was so resolved that no, like this is what I need to do. Because you know that's really given me solace in times of,
right,
man, is this a failure? Do people even understand my
right,
vision? You know, like
right,
it really, you do. What I hate, and I think you'll resonate with this. People look at what we have now and they're like, why are you trying? Like, why don't you just join somebody else? Or why, like,
right.
but it's like, I see what's going to happen 10, 15, 20,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
years from now, generations from now. So I'm fighting for something that you can't see yet. That's why I'm
Right.
still so pumped. I understand maybe what you see now doesn't, okay, you know, like, does this look like it's financially a good thing to do? I don't know, but I know it will be.
That's the journey of the whole thing. Is because man, I don't think anybody would do the crazy stuff that they would do if they didn't have that vision. And I
Right.
think just kind of you gotta be all in. If you're not all in, you're not gonna
Mm,
last. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? All is
totally.
gonna take one blowback, and you're gonna get those back time after time after time. People gonna talk trash
Right.
about. People gonna leave
Yes.
you high and dry. All that kind of stuff. So like
Mm-hmm.
you gotta, and so that was the crazy part for us. It was one of those like I had to burn the ships. I'm not going back to Florida.
Mm. Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
good.
going back. So like we here, we gonna have to figure it out. I don't know what we're gonna
Yeah.
do, and then we had another couple that moved from New Jersey with us here to Baltimore. That was another one. Like man, if I go, there's a whole other family that's
Mm.
left the comfort of their family to
Right.
come be a part of this crazy vision that I've. So if I don't believe it, I better start believing it quick. Otherwise, there's other people
Yeah.
involved. Like my wife and kids, I can make a story. I would like I can cover my own bases, but like I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Another man's wife and his kids, like sorry, I got to go back home. Nah,
Right.
so once you got that, but like you said, man, when the Lord puts that stuff in your heart, I see there's young men in my heart that I see that I
Mm.
know would probably die if it were not for our church being here. That's
Wow.
that's what motivates me. That
Wow.
there's a name on a bullet destined for a kid that if we don't get out there, they're going to end up in the morgue. You know what I mean? So it's that
Wow.
type of narrative that plays in my heart and my mind. Is literally I want to live to a point where our city is not known for being so dangerous, where it is a place where
Yeah.
men and women can thrive and live their life. They say if you're a kid in Baltimore in poverty, it's probably likely you will never get out. And I'm
Wow.
like, so you're literally trapped in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah.
I wanna set the captives. Jesus said, "I came to set the captives free."
Right.
And I think that I know that's spiritual, but I also think it's not just that we just got to live in these kind of mental prisons that God wants to set us free emotionally, spiritually,
Mm.
socially. You
Amen.
know,
Yep.
so
Holistic.
yeah. So I want to see this city transform, not because we're a cool church, but because the gospel actually raised dead people to life. And
Amen.
yeah,
I love that.
that's my prayer, man.
Burn the ships. I love that.